Hey everybody, welcome to the free video. Let's dive in and take a look at the markets and then of course some of the key things that are shaping up for the rest of this week. For the NASDAQ itself, we have a daily chart that of course continues to grind, and we've got a nice little consolidation pattern here. And as we drill down to the 78-minute chart, you can see we've got a squeeze that's fired and see if we can get a little extra oomph overnight here. And one of the stocks I've been watching that's also moving along with the NASDAQ quite nicely is Google. And for Google, you've also got a 78-minute squeeze, and this is one that I like the idea that we could go up and hit a 1272 extension. And I'll detail this more in the premium video, the type of trade I'd like to do on something like this. But initially, a lot of my option plays like this will start off with an analysis of the underlying chart, and then from there we'll talk about in the premium video the best way to structure this trade using options to capitalize on a move, whether it's a greater than expected move or it just kind of flops along. All right, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then today we also exited NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has been a fantastic play, and this is one that we put on a couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, and in this area, and it's just been grinding, and then we had an order, and it doesn't happen very much, but when it does happen, it's fantastic. We had what's called reverse slippage. We had a target in place, but with the gap up this morning, it blew through our target, and so we got a better fill than we were hoping for, which of course is a good thing. So the next question is what to expect from here. One stock I continue to watch, this is one we detailed in the premium video over the weekend, is Tesla. Now Tesla, while the overall chart pattern is not my favorite, it does have incredibly high short interest. It's hard to borrow, and this is something that could turn into something as shorts start to panic. And this is one that I will also detail again in the premium video, the specific trades that I want to put on this. And then the other question is now coming up with some of the Chinese firms and some of the nervousness surrounding the new president and his relations with China. Is this something that could turn around? And one of the things I've been watching out here is that all tech stocks, so Amazon also had an initial kind of a falling out, selling off, and now is setting up poised to rally. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. A lot of interesting things that'll be shaping up into the end of the year. And speaking of the end of the year, this is one of my favorite things that's coming up to do. So the end of the year is a lot of fun because, of course, there's the holidays. For some people, it's a joyous celebration. For other people, it's a time to pull back and chill out. For others, it's not even a holiday. It's just it's just the end of the year. That's awesome. But the one thing that is awesome is that there is one day of the year when the market gets what I would call ripe for the plucking. Now, while mutual funds will dump tax like weak stocks that are losing money 30 days prior to the end of the year, so they can buy them back the first of the year, retail traders don't do that. Okay, and this is what we just call reaping the tax lost harvest. Now, I've got a specific scan. Is that how you spell specific? A specific scan to find these stocks. Okay, and then we apply option strategies to play these stocks. But literally what we're going to be doing is we're going to be spending the day together live trading on December 30th, acquiring these positions, and then flipping them out almost at the open, or at least in the first couple of hours on the first trading day of the year. It's just one of those things that it's just very, very predictable, making sure that of course you're getting into the right stocks. What we'll be doing in this class, if you guys have never done this one before, it's a lot of fun. It's the last day of the year. We get to all hang out together. It's my criteria for finding prime tax loss selling candidates and which ones to avoid, learning how to scan for low risk setups with high reward potential. And then there's the idea, like, do you shotgun out 20? How do you position size them? If some have more opportunity than the other ones, do you go bigger on those, etc.? We can look over my favorite online tools for finding these candidates. You can follow along as I do this live. I mean, essentially, this is what I do. I'm just going to be doing it with my screen recording software going, and you guys can ask me questions as I do it. Ask me questions. discover how to minimize risk. And by the way, if we can also do, in some of these cases, we can be doing stocks as well as mostly options. The specific psychological factors that make tax loss selling so predictable. And this gets really, really fun with stocks that are like under $5. And this is in fact how I learned about this when I was in a stock that was under $5 and I was sitting there getting whacked and then got out of it in a panic and then was amazed to watch it almost double the first 3 days of the new year. And so this is some of the best strategies like this you find on accident. And so this is again, you might think like, well, gosh, John, this is only one trading day of the year. Why is this such a big deal? Why do a whole trading class out of it? And it's just one of those where it's just, again, it's a unique thing. It's kind of like once a year if you fly to Vegas and you have a strategy that has a 75% chance of winning at blackjack, and you sit down with $5,000 and walk away with what is that, 7,000? I don't know. The idea with that is that it's just kind of like clockwork, and it's over and over and over again, and it's fun to do, and plus it's our last day of the year to hang out together. So what could be more fun than that? So I'm going to do it, even though I really placed most of these trades during the last 2 hours. We're going to spend the whole day together. So open to close, Central Time, and then will be plenty of time for questions, and we'll do some fun trades at the open that aren't necessarily tax loss related, but they are fun for the end of the year, and we'll knock it out of the park. Okay, simplertrading.com/harvest. Looking forward to seeing you there. It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be a great excuse to escape your relatives if they're staying at your house well past Christmas. Have a good one. See you at the class.